everybody. This is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 24 in season number 5 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. We are here at the Rockingham Motor Speedway in the United Kingdom. The one and only race overseas here for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series for the Gods Not Dead 401. A 41-lap race around this just shorter than a 1.5 mile speedway. That's why it is 41, so we can actually kind of hit the 400, but in the process of doing that, we also hit 401 as well, if you know what I mean. So it's technically, if this were to be a full-length race, 100%, of course we have it 15% here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, it would be a 401-mile race, pretty short. But it's 41 laps. Most racetracks we go, most mile-and-a-half racetracks we go to that have 400-mile races are just 40 laps. But there's technically an extra lap added to this whole thing, and that could, play into something as this race goes along. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens, especially in the chase. The guy who currently leads the points in the chase right now, Tyler Selzman's going to start on the pole for this race. He's looking to blow right through this round and get into the Final Four and get a championship in his final season here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. The next highest chase driver to start is quite a ways back there with Trey Bartow. Now, Bartow is in the good coming into this race. So is Hoffman and Cody Smart. Those four guys come into this race in the top 4. Of course, it's only the top 4 that advance on to the Final Four at Homestead. Coming into this race, it's Jordan Newman, John Arndt, Cameron Black, and defending champion Matt Dalio, who are outside the top 4. We're going to have to see where all those guys finish here today. It's definitely going to be interesting. And this starts the final week of action here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series for 2016. This series will return in February, Will be a while without the Chick-fil-A Cup Series at the end of this week. But we got a great week coming up here for you guys, and it's going to be good. Anyways, I've talked long enough. Let's go ahead and get these guys to roll off here, and we'll get this race started. 41 laps of action here in the Gods Not Dead 401 at the Rockingham Motor Speedway. That's the official name of this racetrack. And it is Tyler Selzman in the number 19 starting up front. Alongside him, Noah Kars is going to start to the outside of the 19. We got Jonathan Skibnicki, Aiden Shepard in row number 2. Stuart Gretton, Alex Bonsinor in row number 3. We got Jacob Reed, who won here in season number 2, and the 23 of Cameron Garlington. We got Josh Crash and the 31 of Davey Johnson in row number 5. Nicholas Gratton, Nicholas Samadio in row number 6, Cameron Gaju and Seth Cole in row number 7. We got Josh Alexander, Jesse Turner in row number 8, and then the next highest chase drivers from Selzman, Trey Bartow and Matt Dalio alongside each other in row number 9. And it's Hoffman and Ryan Madden in row number 10. That's the top 20 starting positions here at the Rockingham Motor Speedway. And all the drivers are rolling off. You see Jordan Newman, he comes into this race outside the top 4. He's going to start next to last. Cody Smart's deep in the field. And we got Cameron Black not too far from those guys in the number 11. And the other guy, John Arndt's there pretty deep in the field as well. Anyways, we're ready to get this one started in the Gods Not Dead 401. It's Tyler Selzman, Noah Kars. The pace car is pulled off. And the only race overseas this season is green here at the Rockingham Motor Speedway. And Selzman gets the jump on Noah Kars. Of course, if Tyler Selzman were to win this race, he would lock his spot on to the round of 4, which is the Final Four in that final race at Homestead. But he actually could possibly clinch his way in on points. It is possible that Selzman could do that. Skibnicki in the 46 to the inside for the lead. This 46 won in Season 2 with Jacob Reed driving the car. And Skibnicki takes it to the point here at Rockingham. Selzman trying to close in, but it's the 46 who leads the first lap of action here in the Gods Not Dead 401. Noah Kars running third, Gratton and Jacob Reed, who's won here before, the only past winner in the field. Aiden Saunders won in season number 3, and season number 4 was won by Dan Park. Neither of those guys in this season. Jacob Reed, the only past winner of this race in the field. Selzman back to the inside of Jonathan Skibnicki for the lead, and the 19's going to take it on lap 2 of 41. Here comes Noah Kars in the 42. He's going to get a run to the inside of Tyler Selzman and try to take the lead heading into turn number 1. Salzman leads that lap, but Noah Carr is going to take it. Jacob Reed in the middle kind of slid up a little bit there. And you might notice this is a very, very unique racetrack. It's a mile and a half long, just a little shorter than a mile and a half, but we're just going to say it's a mile and a half long. But it's got 4 corners. Okay, I mean, like, of course, all racetracks have 4 corners, but they have 4 individual corners. The corners are not put together. They have straightaways in between them. It's a square racetrack, pretty much. And because of that, we get some interesting things, I should say, to happen here because of the style of this race course. But see, turn 1's kind of a wide sweeping turn. Oh no, somebody's off. Nicholas Grattan is going to come back up, and he's around and into Trey Bartow. Chase driver involved there. Alonso and Hoffman's involved as well. Oh no. That is huge for the chase drivers of Trey Bartow and Caleb Hoffman. They do both come into this race in the top 4, but with that crash right there, I don't know if they'll leave this race like that. You see Jesse Turner all torn up here, Joe Larvin Alonso with a lot of damage in the 5. But Trey Bartow and Caleb Hoffman, the big stories of this one. I was just about to say, turn 1's kind of a wide sweeping turn, but turn 2 is a really fast turn. It's a lot like the tunnel turn, and so is turn 3. Turns 2 and turns 3, they're kind of like the tunnel turn at Pocono. Turns 1 and turns 4 are more like Indianapolis. That's what I was about to say when that crash happened. That is huge. That is big. That's good news for Matt Dallio in the 88, who's not doing too bad right now in the 88. You see him. And good news for John Arndt as well in the 95. Arndt is 17th. Dallio is 20th. They could both move their way in, exiting this race, heading into Phoenix, which will be 2 days from now. Cameron Black, Jordan Newman, they're still deep in the field anyway. And Cody Smart not getting a good run either. But I'm pretty sure exiting this race, at least Caleb Hoffman and Trey Bartow will be outside the top 4. And how about this? I do believe Jacob Reed won the race off. It could have been Salzman, but Reed moving his way up on that set of pit stops. And like I said, he's won here before. He knows how to get it done here at the Rock. The Rock over the ocean. This isn't actually the Rock. I think Salzman did win the race off, but Jacob Reed's going to be second here on the restart. Anyways, let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the caution here in the God's Not Dead 401. This is what happened here. Nicholas Grattan and Cameron Gaju, they're coming off of turn number 1. Like I said, it's a sweeping turn there, and they kind of drift up the racetrack, exiting the corner. And Gaju has nothing. He can't avoid that. Just can't avoid that. And he sends the 17 into the inside wall hard. You see back in here, Jesse Turner goes around off of Abe Troxel. He takes a hard hit to the inside. This 17, he's sideways on the racetrack. And Bartow, a guy who comes into this race in the top 4 with major damage. A lot of these guys avoided it, but you see Alonso, nowhere to go, comes down on Hoffman, and Hoffman goes around into number 6. I'm surprised that we only had about 6 guys get involved in this. It looks like Low4 might have tapped the 34 there. I'm not entirely sure, but still, look at all these guys on the inside. We could have easily had a bigger crash than what we ended up with, but fortunately, they did a good job on that. And, of course, Bartow didn't, and Hoffman didn't, but basically the rest of the field did. And, it's good to see that it wasn't a major crash, but, it is not good to see Caleb Hoffman and Trey Bartow get involved in that one. And they're going to have to do a lot of work at Phoenix if they want to make it into the Final 4. Replay this in real time. Nicholas Grattan going around off the front bumper of Cameron Gaju, nowhere to go. And around he goes into Trey Bartow, and Alonso has nowhere to go late in the going, and Hoffman had to be right there. Tough break for those guys. Let's go ahead and see what happened to Jesse Turner a little bit more. We didn't really see what happened to him and Abe Troxel. And it was basically a similar thing here. This is basically a separate incident from the one we saw live. Turner took a hard hit to the inside, but he did gain control of his car, and he did not slide up into the field like Nicholas Grattan did. So even though Turner will probably not be able to continue in this race with that front end damage. Did a good job by not getting anybody else caught up in his mess. But anyways, Tyler Selzman won the race off the pit lane, and he's going to restart first here. When we restart here at Rockingham. Back here at the Rockingham Motor Speedway for the Gods Not Dead 401. Lap 8 of 41. We're going to restart on lap 9. Chase driver Tyler Selzman leading the field in the number 19. If he gets the win, he's on to the final 4. Jacob Reed, the only past winner of this race, running second. Josh Crash, Noah Cars, Jonathan Skimnicki, Aiden Shepard, Alex Bonsinor, Cameron Gaju, John Andrews, and Landon Napa, the top 10. John Arndt running 18th. Matt Dahlia running 20th. Next highest chase driver from those guys, Jordan Newman 26th, Cameron Black 29th, Cody Smart 36th. A lot of these chase drivers are not getting good runs, except for this guy, of course, because he's leading in the number 19, Tyler Selzman, who's going to retire at the end of the season. Looking to go off on top. Go out on top. That's what I should say. Of course, Selzman probably wouldn't know this. A lot of the Aussie guys wouldn't know this, but a lot of us in the United States of America probably watch football. And the great quarterback Peyton Manning retired after winning the Super Bowl. That's what Selzman's trying to do here today. But he's got to fend off this guy. His teammate almost got into him off of 1. Jacob Reed's got the inside through 2. They're side by side exiting turn 2. Sometimes you can get the outside lane to work here, especially if the tires kind of wear off. So when we get those long green flag runs, that passing becomes more of a challenge. And looks like we're going to have another challenge here, because we're going to have another restart. Selzman's going to win the race back to the line. And another crash, and it looks like Stuart Gratton might have been involved in this one. I see another guy. That's Garrett Sinor in the 16 coming into the pit road. No chase drivers involved in this one as far as I can tell, but still another crash. It probably happened off of turn number 1. They cannot really get through that turn or two well without getting into somebody. That's how this race is. This race usually ends up being a crash fest race each time we do it. I really don't know how. It's a really odd racetrack, to tell you the truth. Anyways, things are going to get really interesting here because we're going to have like a split strategy here. Tyler Selzman's coming in. Aiden Shepard's going to inherit the lead as he decides to stay out. Noah Carr is also staying out. Landon Napa, John Andrews, Alex Bonsinor, Nicholas Samadio. A lot of these guys are coming in. Well, we do have a couple that are staying out. Anyways, let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the second caution here in the Gods Not Dead 401 at the Rockingham Motor Speedway. So this crash takes a while to kind of happen, I guess you can say. But Abe Troxel in the number 24 is going to go 3 wide in the turn number 2. But the problem is he goes in way too deep. And he kind of slides up. You see DeFeo and Seth Cole kind of get into each other there. Troxel overshoots the corner. He's going to hit the outside wall. And, of course, if they hit the outside wall, they're going to come back. John Arndt's going to get a piece of this in the 95. But he should be okay to continue. But Abe Troxel getting into Seth Cole, exiting turn number 2, and that's what happened to Sinor. Nowhere to go for this 16 as he runs into the 27. Newman with a piece of it there as he hit the 31, but both of those chase drivers, John Arndt and Jordan Newman, should be okay to continue. That's a tough break for Abe Troxel. He was involved in the first one. He spun Jesse Turner around earlier on, and Seth Cole in the 83 really has not been having the best of seasons in his rookie season here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Let's go ahead, replay it one more time, and then we'll get to the restart here at Rockingham. And Troxel just overshoots this corner. He goes in 3 wide. Look at how hot he goes in there. Goes in with way too much speed, and it's actually kind of Seth Cole bumping around in the middle there. I think he got a piece of it when the 27 went through turn 2, and I think that slowed the 83 down, and he just really had nowhere to go as John Arndt came in. As when Arndt came in, that pushed Seth Cole into Abe Troxel, and then you see what unfolded after that. But anyway, Selzman is not going to be the leader because Aiden Shepard in number 3 decided to stay out. So it's going to be Aiden Shepard who's going to lead the field when we restart here at Rockingham. Back here for the Gods Not Dead 401 at the Rockingham Motor Speedway. Aiden Shepard in the number 3 leads the field. Right behind him, it's Noah Cars in the 42. Landon Napa in the number 26 up the 3rd. John Andrews, Alex Bonsignor, and Nicholas Amadio all stayed out. Tyler Selzman won the race off the pit lane. Josh Crash, Jacob Reed, and Cameron Gaju, the top 10. Only one chase driver in the top 10. That's Tyler Selzman in the 19. Next highest is Matt Dallio. Dallio getting a good run. He's up to 13th. And with all the problems Trey Bartow and Hoffman had, it is possible that Dallio could move his way into the top 4 heading into Phoenix. Same with John Arndt, who's running in 15th right now. But Newman, Jordan Newman's running 18th, so he might move his way into the top 4. We're just going to have to see. Cameron Black's 23rd. Cody Smart, however, is 31st. Smart's a little ways back. Anyways, Noah Cars to the inside there, trying to get around Aiden Shepard, but Shepard's going to get the run on the outside and lead lap 15. Watch for Selzman. I don't know if these guys took tires or not, but Selzman won the race off the pit lane, and there he is moving his way through the field once again. We got 3 wide. That's a dangerous thing here, especially considering how these guys slide up the racetrack a lot. Shepard's going to stay out front. Noah Cars is trying to close back into him. This 42's trying. He can't quite do it yet. How about this guy? John Andrews in the 30. Part-time driver mixing it up here. Look at that. To the lead in one turn. From 3rd to the lead. Got around Noah Cars and Aiden Shepard pretty well there. He went 3 wide and got him. Great run for John Andrews in the number 30. A part-time machine there. Looking to become only the 2nd part-time winner this season. These guys better be careful here. Shepard and Cars. And right behind them, you got Selzman. You know he's fast in the 19. He's going to close up to these guys pretty quickly. 3 wide as Bonsignor goes to the inside of Gaju and Napa. And the caution is back out yet again here at the Rockingham Motor Speedway. And I have absolutely no idea why it's out. But John Andrews in the number 30 is going to win the race back to the line. I don't know if you want to really call this a crash fest race or not. I mean, we've seen worse. I mean, Martinsville, the last race was pretty bad. But looks like Josh Crash might have did what his name suggests. I'm going to go ahead and replay it. But first, let's go ahead and see how these guys go through the pit cycle here. Will anybody stay out? Yes, Michael DeFeo. And here's a very interesting thing. Jordan Newman and Matt Dallio are going to stay out with them. Both of those guys chase drivers coming into this race outside the top 4. And they're going to move their way into the top 5 when we restart. How about Max Neuwirth? He's going to be up the 4th place in the 93. And it does appear that we got Reagan Whitlock in the 38. Yes, Whitlock's in the 38 now. And Matt Tuck in the number 78 staying out. Whitlock making his first start since the season finale in season number 4. Got in the 38 for the final 3 races of this season. Matt Tuck, Tristan Allen, Eric Almenhart, Cody Smart also staying out. Another chase driver. He comes into this race 4th in the points. Comes into this race in the good. Jacob Reed's going to win the race off in the 18. Bryce Lofor, Zachary Fitzwater, Abe Troxel, Senor. He might be a lap down. I think Senor's a lap down. He is. And then Jacob Reed won the race off. A lot of guys from the back staying out for this one. They're led by Michael DeFeo in the 20. Let's go ahead and see what happened to Josh Crash. See what brought out the caution here for the 3rd time today. Josh Crash running 9th. And this happens heading into turn number 2. Bonsignor to his outside. Jacob Reed also behind him. But like I said, these guys have a tendency to slide up the racetrack, and that's what happened to Josh Crash in the 15. But the one was there, he had no room to do it, and he went around hard into the outside wall in turn number 2. And you see the guy who's going to be the leader, Michael DeFeo, coming pretty close to it. Larry Ike scrapes the 15. Newman and Dallio avoid this. So does Fitzwater. I think everybody avoids it, which is rather interesting. And, yeah, Not sure if the 38... Yeah, I think we got a little bit of a damage glitch there. As you see, the 38 with a little bit of damage. But still, it's a tough break for Josh Crash in the 15. His day's going to be done here at Rockingham. Replay this one in real time as Crash gets in the Bonsignor. And there's just no avoiding that one once it happens. Larry Ike does actually hit him kind of hard there, our last winner in the 98. It's kind of a hard hit there. Anyways, let's get to the restart here in the God's Not Dead 401. The leader is Michael DeFeo in the number 20. He chose to stay out under this caution. Back here at Rockingham, it's Michael DeFeo out front in the number 20. Highest chase driver in the field right now is Jordan Newman in the 7. He came into this race 5th in the points. Matt Dallio, second highest chase driver in the field. He came into this race last in the points. But he's looking to jump his way into the top 4. Max North, Reagan Whitlock, Matt Tuck, Tristan Allen, Eric Almenard, Cody Smart, another chase driver up to 9th, and Bryce Lofor rounds out the top 10. Now, if we get a long green flag run here, that's definitely going to shake things up for these guys who stayed out under this caution, because quite a few of these guys did stay out. I know Jacob Reed won the race off. 12 guys on the lead lap stayed out. And if we had a long green flag run, that's really going to play into things here. Matt Dallio for second, underneath the 7 of Jordan Newman. Dallio now the highest chase driver in the field. And remember, if you're a chase driver and you win a race, you're automatically on to the next round. If Dallio wins this race, he's going to defend his title in Homestead in that finale race, because he'll be a Final Four driver, locking himself in with this win, if he were to get it. He's still got about halfway to go in this one. Michael DeFeo continues to lead in the number 20, but Matt Dallio, a little relentless there. He almost lost it in the 88. Exiting turn 2, he got into him and had to check up a little bit. And it looks like Jordan Newman's going to look to strike on that one in the 7. I think Dallio's going to stay in second place. Or is he? He's going to drift up the racetrack there. Jordan Newman trying to take it away from the 88. Kind of reminiscent of the battle we had in the finale race last season. It was between William Brock, who was driving the 7, and Matt Dallio in the 88. Oh my, that was close. Matt Tuck almost got spun around by Max Newworth. I tell you, these guys have come close quite a few times in this one, and sometimes too close. But I do believe we remain green here at Rockingham. Famous last words. Garlington around in turn number 2 for the 4th caution of the race. These guys take about 3 or 4 laps and then they crash. I don't really get it. But I gotta admit, this is nowhere near the kind of crash fest we had in Martinsville. You gotta admit that, right? I don't like crash fest races, but sometimes that's just the way it is. And that's the way it is here at Rockingham here today. Michael DeFeo out front right now in the number 20. Jordan Newman, Matt Dallio, Max Newworth, Matt Tuck, the top 5. And I think all these guys who stayed out under that last caution are going to come in. The whole question is, will the guys who came in under that last caution, are they going to come in? And they will. It does appear that everybody's going to come in here. And that is going to really shake things up. Look at where Selsman is. I didn't really take notice of this too much, but he's back in 28th now in the number 19. Remember, he comes into this race the points leader, and if he falls back, that's really going to shake things up. You got to remember, too, Trey Bartow and Caleb Hoffman, a couple of chase drivers already out in this race. They're going to finish 40th and 42nd. I think both of those guys are going to fall outside the top 4. And the thing is, a couple guys who come into this race outside the top 4, Jordan Newman, Matt Dallio, they're running up front. Michael DeFeo's going to win the race off. And how about a little strategy play here from Cameron Black in the 11? There's Newman, there's Dallio. They lose quite a few positions there on the pit road. But still, they're looking pretty good in those cars. Cameron Black, another guy coming into this race outside the top 4, now running in second place, looking to steal it here. But he's got to get around his teammate, Michael DeFeo. Earlier in this race, it was the other 2 Gibbs cars, Tyler Selsman and Jacob Reed, who were battling for the lead. Now it's Michael DeFeo and Cameron Black. Interesting thing there. A Toyota Alliance car there. Matt Tuck in the 78 running in 3rd. How about these Toyotas? They're 1, 2, 3, 4 as Max Newworth rounds out the top 4 in the 95, and Jordan Newman will restart 5th. When we do restart, let's go ahead and see what happened to Cameron Garlington. Then we'll get to the restart here in the God's Not Dead 401 at the Rockingham Motor Speedway. And it's a classic slide up the racetrack in turn number 1 incident. I'm not going to say crash because there really wasn't much contact in this one, but that 55 of Ben Clark just slides up into the 23. Garlington was already high on the racetrack, and Ben Clark was about to go high, but the 23 was there, and around he goes. You know, I had a Dr. Pepper for like the first time in like a couple of years on Saturday, and I forgot how good it actually was. But anyways, Garlington went around, but there was no major contact. As you see him going to the grass, we'll just finish this off real time there. And he got it slowed down in the grass pretty well. So good job by Garlington. Nothing major there. No need to review it again. Michael DeFeo out front in the 20. Let's see what he does on the restart here at Rockingham. Back here at Rockingham for the God's Not Dead 401. Michael DeFeo leads the field in the number 20. Highest chase driver is now Cameron Black in the number 11. He comes into this race outside the top 4, looking to move his way in, heading into Phoenix, or even possibly get the win and lock his spot on to Homestead. But we got Matt Tuck, Max Newworth, Jordan Newman, second highest chase driver, Bryce Low4, Matt Dalio, third highest chase driver. All those guys who are in the top 10, all those chase guys in the top 10 come into this race outside the top 4. All 3 of them could possibly move their way into the top 4 at the end of this one. Cameron Black looking to the inside on Michael DeFeo. Cameron Black has a win right in front of him, and he knows if he gets it, we're going to Homestead. I picture Jeff Gordon in my mind. And when he won that race at Martinsville, man, that was funny. Going to Homestead! That'll always be in my mind. It really will. Cameron Black will lead lap 29. You saw Bryce Low4 going to the pit road back in there. Matt Tuck's going to take second from Michael DeFeo. Had a first-time winner at Talladega. Might get a first-time winner here today at Rockingham. Matt Tuck running at second. Michael DeFeo's never won before either, and neither has Jordan Newman in the 7. Whoa, Newworth getting into the 20. Max Newworth, if he were to get this win, he would become the all-time winningest driver in this series. But at 20, you got a really good run on the outside of him there. You got Jordan Newman and Matt Dalio. Both these guys have been together basically this whole race. And they're trying to push their way through the field. Oh boy, that was close. Matt Dalio had the lift there. And I don't really know how they're doing this one. Dalio has definitely got to be careful. He cannot risk another very low finish because he finished very, very poorly at Martinsville. He's got a great run going for him now here at Rockingham. The caution is back out. Another chance to breathe for these guys. It looks like Elijah Gordon's in the pit road. Matt Dalio is okay right now. Matt Tuck took the lead away from Cameron Black, and I missed it. I'm sorry, man. But hey, we had Matt Dalio and Jordan Newman there, a couple of chase drivers, a couple of guys who need great finishes, and they came close to crashing there. And I think it's a good thing we saw that. Landon Napa, toast. This one looked a little bit bigger than a couple of the other ones. You see Ben Clark there in the 55, he's done. And Elijah Gordon, that sums up his season in the number 24. And let's get even more interesting. Cameron Black's coming in, while most of these guys are staying out. That is not good news for the 11. Not good news at all. That's going to seal his fate for this one. He's not going to win in the 11. But I think it's a really good shot. We could get either Dalio or Newman to win this thing. And if that were to happen, that would really shake things up, especially if Dalio were to win. Because it's possible Dalio could get this win, and exiting Phoenix, he could actually be like 5th or 6th in the points. That would really mess things up for a lot of guys. But Dalio, if he gets this win, he's on. If Newman gets this win, he's on. Those are the only 2 chase drivers running up front. Cody Smart's not too far behind. The way they're running right now, I do believe Newman would surpass Smart in the points, but Smart doing a good job in the 21. He's the 3rd highest chase driver, running 13th. And Tyler Selzman, who was dominant early on, is all the way back in 27th. That's really bad. He was doing such a good job, but he just got caught on the wrong cycle of pit stops, and he fell back. Anyways, let's go ahead and see what happened. We'll only replay it once so we can get to the restart quicker. But, yeah, let's go ahead and see what happened. So I said that the damage that Elijah Gordon had really summed up his season. Well, when you see this crash, it really sums up his season. We'll replay it in real time here. John Arndt gets into him. And look at that. Gets up into the air there, comes back up, and somebody's going to T-bone him. Ben Clark. And he barrel rolls through turn number 4. Landon Napa also in that one. My, oh my. You know, with the amount of points Elijah Gordon has, one might mistake him for being a part-time driver. That's how few points he has. I just can't stand it. I really hate it that this is the kind of season he's had, especially considering he's in the best car. Where it's not, you know, like, strength-wise, but you know why I'm saying that. You know why I'm saying that. But anyways, let's go ahead and get to the restart. Matt Tuck leading the field in the number 78. Will he get it done? Or will it be somebody else behind him? Let's see here in the God's Not Dead 401. We're back here at the Rockingham Motor Speedway. Matt Tuck trying to grab his first career win in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. He has Michael DeFeo. Michael DeFeo is behind him. Max Newworth, highest chase driver in the field, defending champion Matt Dalio. He's got a win just in front of him, and if he can get it, we're going to Homestead. Jordan Newman, same thing for him. If he gets this win, he's on the Homestead as well. Those are the only 2 chase drivers in the top 10. Cody Smart is running 13th, and Tyler Selzman is all the way back in 25th. And let's not count out John Arndt, who's running in 17th. Anyways, Matt Tuck leading the field. There goes Max Newworth to the inside on Michael DeFeo. You see Matt Dalio right behind the 93. He's going to try to push that 93 past the 20 so he can gain another position. Every point matters for Matt Dalio at this point, because Dalio got a very poor finish at Martinsville. He needs all the points he can get. He's going to go 3 wide to the inside of Newworth and DeFeo. You got to be careful. Tristan Allen's going to make it 4 wide through the corner. Oh boy. I don't know how they figured that one out, but they did. And while all that's happening, Matt Tuck's like, forget that. I'm just going to drive away from you guys. Tristan Allen up the 2nd. Jordan Newman's up the 3rd. Dalio running in 5th. You got to hand it to him for not crashing in that 4-wide situation. That is a championship move right there. And it takes skill to avoid a crash in that kind of situation. Matt Dalio looks to get a 5th place finish here today. Matt Tuck's looking to get the win. I don't even think anybody's going to catch up to him. But then again, last season, we thought Ryan Madden had that one in the bag. But he kind of messed it up through one of the corners, and Matt Tuck kind of went high there. I really don't know if he was messing it up or that's just a normal line. I really haven't been paying attention. But Matt Tuck has a pretty big lead ahead of Tristan Allen. The top 3, all 3 in the top 3 have never won a Chick-fil-A Cup Series race before. All 3, Matt Tuck, Tristan Allen, and Jordan Newman. They're all trying to grab their first win in this series. Max Newworth trying to grab his 7th. Yeah, Newworth is a 6-time winner. If he were to get this win, which I don't think he will because we're coming down to the finish of this one, he's going to put Newman in the outside wall and it's going to take 3rd. He might get the Tristan Allen. Just as I say, I don't think he's going to win. He goes to 2nd place in not that much time at all, but he's not going to have enough time because the caution has just come out. Matt Tuck is going to grab his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series victory, and it's going to come here in the God's Not Dead 401 at the Rockingham Motor Speedway, the 6th caution of the race. I think we had 8 of them at Martinsville. It's 6 here at Rockingham. Can we get a caution-free race at Phoenix, please? Hey, apologize for the crash fest in this one. Yet again, another crash fest. But still, you got to hand it to them for not really knocking themselves out in an alarming rate. I mean, we still have 33 guys out there. No, 32 guys. That's a good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Not entirely sure. It might have been Whitlock in the 38 who went around. Matt Tuck's going to be taking the white flag here. Let's go ahead and see what happened, and then we'll get to the official finish here in the God's Not Dead 401. And you remember Salzman, he fell back after getting on the wrong cycle, and he was all the way back there and getting a little impatient with Reagan Whitlock in the 38. But a lot like Garlington's incident, very minor, nothing to worry about. Matt Tuck in the 78 is going to take home the victory as he easily won the race back. But how about that move by Neuwirth anyways? Just as I said, you know, he doesn't have a chance to win, of course. When that caution came out, of course, he didn't have a chance. But he got past Newman and Allen through like one turn. Did a great job in that 93. Jordan Newman and Matt Dalio both getting great finishes here. I don't know if Dalio's going to have enough to move into the top 4. He might not. But if he gets a good finish at Phoenix, I think he might be good to go to defend his championship. We're just going to have to see. But Jordan Newman, highest chase driver in this one, running in 4th place. He's going to finish in 4th place. But it's going to be this guy, Matt Tuck, who's going to take home the victory in the God's Not Dead 401. His first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series victory. Let's go ahead and get to the official finish of this race. So through turn number 4, under caution, it's going to be the 78 of Matt Tuck who takes the victory home. Max Neuer is going to finish 2nd. Tristan Allen, Jordan Newman, Matt Dalio there. Cody Smart, he's going to finish 11th. I think he's going to stay in the top 4. John Arndt, and I didn't even get the official finish there. Don't like doing this, but I got to get the official finish for the picture there. Okay. And now it's official. Matt Tuck wins here at Rockingham. And he gets it done in the God's Not Dead 401 in the number 78. His first career win in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Max Neuwirth, Tristan Allen. Highest chase driver was Jordan Newman. Second highest chase driver was Matt Dalio. Ryan Madden, Josh Alexander, Cameron Gaju, Zachary Fitzwater, and Jacob Reed, the top 10. Cody Smart, a chase driver there in 11th place. We have John Arndt in 18th. He was the quietest chase driver of this race. I don't really know where he's going to be. I know he came into this race, I think, either 6th or 7th. I think he came 6th. He might not be in the top 4 heading into Phoenix. I don't think he will be. I'm pretty sure Cameron Black will not be either, and I'm pretty sure that Trey Bartow and Caleb Hoffman will also be outside the top 4 heading into Phoenix as well. But I do know that Jordan Newman is going to move his way in. I'm not 100% sure about Matt Dalio. We're just going to have to see when you guys see the points, of course. I do know that Tyler Salzman, I should say, I'm getting them, I still get them mixed up. I think I had this problem like last year. I would get Tristan Allen and Tyler Salzman mixed up for some reason. I really don't know why, and I still do it to this day. Tyler Salzman got 25th, but he came into this race with a lot of points, so I think Salzman's going to stay in. I think Newman's going to be in. I know Newman's going to be in. I know Smart's going to be in. And I think it's going to be Dalio instead of Arndt. But it could be Arndt who moves his way in. I'm just not entirely sure. That's why you guys are going to see the points at the end of this video. But anyways, congratulations to Matt Tuck for getting the win here in the God's Not Dead 401. And that is it for me. So thank you guys very much for watching. And here are the points for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. I will see you guys later.